Hi YouTube, this is Enru, and today we're going to be discussing something very important. I have been seeing a huge trend on government overreach in every sector of life, and I wanted to show you this clip from this YouTube channel that I watch, Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, where Doug is giving us a bit of a recap on what the FBI is doing now with gun owners. And I want you guys to take a listen and watch the clip that he shows in this next few seconds. I also am going to be discussing a few other topics in this video regarding the U.S. Marshal going into an Amish farm and essentially telling them that they need to stop their operation unless. So there's a couple of things that I wanted to go over, and I also wanted to touch base on what's going on with our in our train conductor sector as well, because that's going to play a huge role in the coming weeks for how things are going to transpire. And if you're not prepared now, you have 2 weeks at the worst to prepare and 60 days starting like a week ago at the best. So there is not a lot of time. Things are going to get increasingly worse. And as we get closer to winter with these shortages and a lot of the crop losses and failures that have happened this year, it's not going to get any better. So I do recommend that people start preparing. And this video, especially if you're a gun owner, should be something very interesting to watch. So I'm going to show you this video and what happened.
Here is that the FBI randomly showed up at a gun owner's home, right? Just a regular gun owner who had filled out his paperwork to buy some guns, and then he went home. Now, he had a doorbell cam, and he has this all videotaped. I'm going to show you guys right now, but the gist of it is the FBI agents have a list, okay? And they're actually working through the list of people who registered to buy firearms, and now they're showing up at your house, and they want to see your firearms, okay? Red flag. No one sees your firearms. No one comes on your property. Do not answer questions, all right, guys? They're trying to soften you up. Everything they do, I'm just going to tell you, is for the long game. Okay, they're not going to come with FBI agents today and take your guns, but they're going to soften you up. They're going to.
And so, yeah, while this may not be affecting us right now, that is a very significant point that he makes. This is for the long game. This is the long march, and this is just the beginning stages of it. If we don't start standing up now, we're just going to make it so much easier for them, for people in the future who just think some of these things are normal. None of this is normal, and we need to talk about how abnormal this is and what a huge, again, I'm going to say it, huge government overreach this is.
These guys go out and knock on doors, and hey, we're just your friendly FBI agents, and we're just making sure everyone's safe and that you're not selling guns. See, they always have all these other reasons why they think they're there, but they're not. They're just using that as a reason. We think you might be selling guns that you're buying legally, and we want to see those guns here at your house. They have zero right to do it. None. Do not comply. All right, I'm going to give you that video clip right now.
All I'm doing is verify that you have it. You got two different purchases. If you have them, I'm out of here. That's how quick it is. Yeah. You have them with you by any chance? If you can unload them and bring them out, or you can go out to your foyer here, check them out, by serial number, and we're out of here. Like this? Yep. That's it. It'll take 5 seconds. The reason we're out here is we're obviously gun violence has been an uptick, so we want to make sure we've been having a lot of issues with straw purchases. So one of the things indicators that we get is somebody makes a large gun purchase, and then a lot of times we've been there and like, oh, those guns got took in. We're like, so the idea is when you purchase more than 2 guns at a time, it generates a multiple sale report. It comes to to us and we have to check him out. That's all that is. He did nothing wrong. Did absolutely zero. I noticed that you were stopped in Philly, though, right, with one of your guns?
Now, seriously, it wasn't like maybe 3 or 4 days later.
And you see that they have a file on you when they're clearly trying to make you feel uncomfortable with your privacy. Oh yeah, I see you had to stop in Philly and da 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 da. Like they're trying to make you feel like, they want to put you in a corner and make you feel like that, and that's again completely illegal. I mean, it should be illegal. I'm not really sure what they're doing this on, what they're basing this these searches on. These if no one's doing anything wrong, then why is it even happening? So
after that video clip, and I was like, that's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like that's not in their scope of job. That's not in anything that they do. They have no legal right to actually come to your home and ask to see your weapons. Zero. Remember, they started the list, the FBI list, the background check list. It's not going to be a list of where we know who has firearms. We just want to make sure that the people that get the firearms are legal, law-abiding citizens. All that's a scam too, right? Everyone should have a firearm. I don't care if you're crazy or not. Okay? Yeah, that's right. True libertarian here, right? And if you're crazy and I'm not crazy and you have a firearm and I have one, I'll stop crazy. Right? That's just how it goes. Don't let them trick you guys into accepting restrictions for your safety, right? What did Benjamin Franklin say? He said, if you exchange safety for your freedom, you will have neither. Exactly. So they're working on you, on your psyche, on your kids' psyche. That's the main thing. About government control, about we're here to help, about you don't know what you're doing, but we know better. All that stuff, right? Like you have to.
So that's that point. There has been a huge overreach when it comes to dealing with people who are law-abiding citizens who own guns. It's very frustrating when the FBI spends more time hunting down a law-abiding citizen than actually getting a criminal who has repeat offenses, so it's very telling as to what their priorities are, and it's not freedom, it's not for the people. They're definitely not doing anything for the benefit of us. And here's another video, which was a pretty big deal. He says something here.
This whole new facility, redo his whole little thing. And so I'm just kind of letting you guys know, like, they're really after the food situation. They're really monitoring who's doing the food, why they're doing the food, where the food's coming from. Because just like Henry Kissinger said, control the food, control the people. Miller claimed,
control the food, control the people. Most people don't know how to grow a damn thing. Most people can't identify anything. If they had to, if their life depended on it, most people can't identify certain plants. And that's really what I wanted to put, because where is it? He puts up a picture somewhere. It might be. Well, although, yeah, and you should check out Doug and Stacy. They are awesome. I spelled that wrong, but whatever. Yeah, armed feds pay a visit to Amish farmer, and he faces hundreds of thousands in fines. And it's actually $250,000, so $250,000 in fines is what this Amish man faces. And it's pretty upset, because if he can't pay these fines, he's gone. And yeah, you should go and maybe do some research on this as well for yourself, so you can kind of see some of the things that they're doing. And the thing about this is that if they're going after Amish people and people who are going to be producing food organically, what are they going to do to, you know, people who are just small little homesteaders and things like that? They're going to throw fines on you as well. So I mean, there, you know, there's various ways, you know, to get around things, but essentially what they're trying to do is cause a huge problem with the food supply. So even if you are one of those people that are homesteading and have your own little food production, people are going to start getting desperate, and that's where we're going to start running into problems with people who were not prepared. And that's why all these little, you know, these tinfoil hat videos are so important, because while it hasn't been extremely drastic. I heard about, I was watching Southern Prepper 1, and he was talking about how there's whole families now living in tents because of all of the price hikes. It's crazy. You can't afford anything, especially on any kind of minimum wage, and even if you did get a raise, it wouldn't even cover much. But yet, it doesn't stop there. There is another video, I have it here, I was watching it on my other channel. If I can pull it up. So, this dude named Kevin, let me just show, maybe I can put a little bit of his video up. He's talking about how, this is the big one. So, he's talking about how the train system is going to get completely screwed over, and here's why. These people are under so much pressure, understaffed, working way more than the hours that they should be working. Like, I heard of some people like saying that they're having like 12-hour shifts, like inhuman amount of hours, as if they're robots or something, and people are getting tired. So there was supposed to be a train strike Monday, but Biden stepped in and he did something so that, you know, that they could postpone the whole thing, you know. And I'm just going to let you listen to a little bit of this video as well. You can go check them out as well.
Hey, I'm Joey, and I'm one of the 30 AI voices from SpeechLab. You listen to this video.
Okay.
So we're down to just 30 days.
They say 30 days. It could be 60 days.
Maybe, depending on when I get this video uploaded. I'm trying to get it to you guys as quickly as possible. Again,
I don't know if this guy is like exaggerating, but given the severity of the situation and how tired these people that are working at our train station, I don't know how these people that deal with the trains, shipping, and it's like truckers, but they're the train people who distribute everything, pretty much literally everything. So if they stop, I mean, the supply chain is going to be completely screwed. But we're just going to watch a little bit of this, and then I'll have my last little reviews about this stuff.
But time is running out. Worldwide supply chain problems are already causing problems for U.S. economy, and now we're down to just as little as, we'll call it 30 days before it hits the fan. I mean, seriously hits the fan. We are closer than ever. Buffer 60 days if we're lucky. But make no doubt about it, now is the time to prepare. Union railroad workers are preparing to go on strike. This vital transportation method for many of our goods, such as food, water, gas, diesel, cars, and trucks, will be coming to a screeching halt soon if resolutions aren't met. The new Tesla you have on order, the new Porsche Macan, or the new Ford F-150 Lightning that you have ordered and possibly paid far too much for over MSRP, as our economy is tanking right in front of our eyes. our eyes, it'll be stranded on these rail cars, which is pretty much how most automobiles get transported before you see them on the car haul or tractor trailers. Now, nearly a third of all U.S. freight is dependent upon railroad trains and railway car transport. And Biden said unsettled disputes substantially threaten to interrupt interstate commerce to a degree that would deprive a section of the country of essential transportation services. The unions and their membership are angry, or at least the members of the union are angry, and for good reason. Now, pay attention, because this is where it gets really, really important. And this is why a strike threat and worker shortage fear is real and warranted. None of these false claims here. They haven't now, this is disturbing for me to share this information, but they haven't had a raise in 3 years. Prior to pandemic, not.
And so we have to consider these people are working their ass off. They haven't had a raise in 3 years. And gas just went up literally double or more since Trump went in office. Food went up 50%, 100% in some cases or more in a lot of cases. It's just ridiculous how they can expect these people to maintain their life and maintain their hard work when they know prices are going out the roof, and it's hard for people to start to take care of their own families, pay their own bills and things like that. There's parts of Europe right now where people have just said, okay, screw it. We're not paying the electric bill anymore. That's going to be a non-essential now. So even electricity in some parts of the world is becoming a non-essential. And while maybe we're not going to be as bad as Sri Lanka, we're coming kind of close to that, because everything is falling apart because we are humans. This load is becoming too heavy for us to handle. We're not getting any replenishment, and all of these what do they call it, like these funds, I don't know, they're giving like these relief checks. That's not really going to do anything. And the fact that one of these guys, I don't know who it was, he was saying, Americans just don't want to work and they're being lazy because they're all just sitting on their bank loads of money. And it's like, that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's statistically proven that most people don't even have $1,000 in savings, and a lot of people are just living paycheck to paycheck because the amount it costs to live. I mean, rents have gone up, so many things have gone up. It's pretty insane that they would just think that these people are going to be able to sustain this for any longer. No one's going to be able to sustain this for any longer. There needs to be a huge reform in the way our government is ran. We're giving them too much power. Why do they have this much power over our food and our fuel? And I'm not sure who it was. I was watching this other video recently, and the guy made a cute, it's called, so it's from the Max or whatever, that's his YouTube channel or whatever, and he was talking about, he said something along the lines of, you control the food and the fuel, you can control the people. And I mean, is he right or wrong? I mean, clearly he's completely 100% correct. You control the food, you control the people, you control that's what's going in their body, who's coming in, who's coming out. There's not going to be any freedom, and this is how you cripple a society. Our biggest problem is allowing Biden to continue on in the charade, and us just sitting here kind of like doing nothing. I'm just very confused as to why he hasn't been ripped out of that office chair, along with Kamala and everybody else on his party. It's just getting really weird, and it's, in some cases, I feel like this could lead to a bit of a civil war, since that we're being infiltrated from the inside and not the outside. It's not like Russia's out here attacking us. That would be one thing. We have people that are literally betraying treason against our country, literally. And I just find this to be just insane. It's just absolutely insane. And, you know, I don't have governmental power or anything like that, but crap, I have common sense, and I don't need to be a political person or a freaking doctor to let you know that this is going to end badly. So this is, you know, what I wanted to touch base on. I wanted to give everybody some of these, you know, I wanted to give this update because these things are happening quickly. You know, that's 3 things happening in the span of this month that is actually quite significant, and we should be worried about. We should be defending these people that are getting attacked, and we should definitely be exercising our constitutional rights, because that is why this country was made in the first place, and that's why they're doing what they're doing, because they know that they have to find loopholes, a way to get around these overreaches that they continue to do. So that is going to be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is en route. You know, it is what it is. I don't know what to to think about it, but the more people that know what is going on, the more informed that we are, the better things are going to be. And also, again, you know, there are things that may be unexpected that might catch everybody off guard. So besides the things that we already know, let's consider what we do not know and be prepared, because there's stuff that we don't know either. And I always, you know, you don't know what you don't know, but you can always prepare. And again, I wrote this in the description of my other video. You know, it's better to have and not need than to severely need and not have. Prepare now.